These are 5 incredible new features so that you can make stunning SharePoint pages. From flexible sections to editorial cards, let's nerd out. The first feature is how we can create pages with Copilot. And if you are like me and have created hundreds of SharePoint pages, then this will save you so much time. So first, we need to navigate to the SharePoint site that we want to create a page in and go to Home. From here, we can go New and then Page with Copilot. You will see that it says Preview, and that's because it is in target release phase, but it is expected to roll out to all customers through the end of April 2025. You can use normal language to prompt Copilot, or we can start off with one of these templates and then simply fill in the blanks. First, we will add a subject. And at Amy's Animal Shop, we are getting ready for our summer apparel product launch. Then we can currently add up to 5 documents. So the first one that we add will be the main document to ground this page on. Next, we will add featuring sections for our news post. So the first one I will assign as goals and objectives, and these are clearly outlined in this document. Once your sections have been added, then you can add additional supporting documents up to 5. Just remember that the clearer your instructions are, or the better your inputs are, the better the results are going to be. So by providing these product sheets to match these life jacket sections within our news post, we are going to get better results. Next, we can add the tone. So we have some different options here. And because we want the team to be excited for the product launch, I'm going to go with enthusiastic. Then we can update the length. Now, I recommend going at least medium or longer, and then you have more content to work with, and it's a lot easier to trim it down than fluff it up. So let's stick with medium, and now we can create. Once the page has been generated, then you can either decide to keep it or discard it. So let's keep it because we can always update the photos, the content, and everything else now that we have our page. Number 2 is flexible sections. So before our product section, let's add a new section, and we will see that there is a new option here called flexible. Now we can go up to the toolbox and add individual web parts to customize our section. So if we select an image and then we can drag it over, we will see a little grid appear. Let's go to stock images and search for a dog photo and then insert. Let's crop this one to shape, and then we will add another image and drag and drop it onto our flexible section. Once again, we will just add a new photo. This one looks good, and then insert. And once again, we can crop this to a circle. You can drag them and drop them as you see fit, and then we can add an additional web part. From here, we can add text, and we can also select all of that and then make it a header too. So we can see how adding flexible sections allows us to customize the section with different web parts. And similar to other sections, we can go to Edit Properties, and then we have those additional options here to customize it further. A quick pause in today's video to say that my ebook, Navigating Microsoft Passages, is available for free for you to download. Inside, you will find a treasure map to help you navigate Microsoft 365 apps with confidence so that you can increase your productivity and efficiency and reclaim your time for meaningful work. I will include a link at the end of this tutorial as well as in the description of this one, so be sure to check it out and grab your copy today. Next, we have the new Hero Carousel. So let's add a new section. We will go one column this time, and then we will add a hero web part. So the hero is not a new web part, but the carousel layout is. Let's add an image. We will go upload, and then we will select our product sheets. So now I can add an item. So we will use the hero to add supporting images for our products. And if we go to this edit details, then we will see our hero options. So first off, let's add another slide. We will add an image again, and we will upload. This time we will go with this one. So now we can add that item. So with the hero, we can see that as we have additional slides, then we can use the toggles on the bottom to navigate between the different images. And for each of these slides, we can add additional content. So we can add a topic, we can add a main header, and we can also add a description. We can see all of these populate as an overlay on top of our image. From the bottom here, we can also add a link to a page. So in our case, I have product sheets for each of these dog life jackets stored in the SharePoint document library. We can toggle that one on and then select. Now we can see that a button has appeared on top of our image. And if we want to update that text, then we can go to call to action text. Once you have some content in there, then we can scroll on up to the top and we can start to play around with the different styles for the hero web part. And just note that the hero is unfortunately not an email-friendly web part. Next, we have the editorial card. So at the bottom of our page, we will add that web part here. So if we select new, then if you are familiar with the news post, then the editorial card is similar to that, except for it provides a lot more customization and advanced functionality. So we will search for editorial and then add the editorial card component. With the editorial card, we can add our text directly here. So we can add a subheader, a main header, and then we can even add a story. So it's sort of similar to the hero carousel, but the content is just delivered and displayed in a different way. And I would say we have an option to include more text here. So if you are going to be linking an article or a news post, for example, then you can add more subtext. Next, we can browse images if we wanted to update this photo. And another great feature is the advanced editing, where you could crop your image, adjust it, filter it, or even adjust the focal point, similar to what we have already seen. And then we have a display option. So right now we are on image and overlay, but you could do color block or even split. So we can just see how this is a nice way to highlight some of your key articles to reference. And one of the most important pieces of the editorial card is the call to action. So if we go to edit properties, then we have some additional options here, and we can scroll on down to the call to action. So this is where you can provide a link to provide additional information for your audience to follow. And right now we have it on the text type, but you could change this to a button and we will see that learn more update. And if you want to change the display text, then that can be updated here. We can see that our stunning SharePoint page has been created very quickly here, but SharePoint pages are only beneficial if they are accessible to everybody, which leads us to the accessibility checker. So from here, you have the accessibility assistant that will work through your document and provide you with information to ensure that your content is accessible to everybody within your team. For more SharePoint tips, then you can check out this video here.